Okay, now it is live. Hi everyone. I apologize for the delay in this Hangout session. We actually have some technical difficulties trying to set this up because this is the first time we are doing this Hangout session. As a result of this, Ari Dwijayanti will not be able to join us at this session. I will try to hold another session with her um, separately so that you guys can hear from her later. But right now we do have Ayu, Putri Nuradi, who is with us. And apart from that, we do have Nanda and Fenrico, two of our mentees for this year, who are also here to join us to be able to ask Ayu some questions directly. So without further ado, let me just ask Ayu to, oh, even before that. So for those of you who are viewing this live right now, you would be able um, to ask some questions. I would appreciate it if you can just go to the question section and just write something, say hi or something, so that I know that this is actually live. And throughout the session, feel free to ask questions anytime you want. There will be some delays between the live session with what you view. So it would be better if we can get the questions from you earlier. Okay. So without further ado, let me have Ayu to talk about herself. Ayu, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi
Hello.
Ayu. Yeah.
Hello, my name
Feel
is
free.
Yeah, I
Ayu
can hear
Putri
you.
Nuradi. Yeah, my name is Ayu Putri Nuradi. My friends usually calls me Ape, but you can call me Ayu too. Now I'm preparing for my study in the University of Tokyo, supported by LPDP. So if you want to ask everything about LPDP, how to register, how to apply, or any tips or trick to get LPDP scholarship, you can easily ask to me. Yeah. So in this sharing session, uh, who are the people here?
So I think in total we have 20. Eventually, I think about 20 some people are going to view um, this session, and most of them are mentees for this year. A lot of them are mentees who are applying for this year's mentorship program.
Okay.
So yeah, I think a lot of them would be interested to hear about the LPDP scholarship. Would you be able to just explain a little bit more about it?
LPDP scholarship is a scholarship funded by the Indonesian government, especially from the Ministry of Economics in Indonesia. Mm, it is a full scholarship, covers tuition fee and living costs, insurance, and if you want to get married first before you start your college, you don't have to worry about the fee for your family. You can because your family will be supported by LPDP too. This is one of the added value for the LPDP scholarship other than other scholarship, especially if we compare it to uh, foreign scholarships such as cheapening or max, yeah, something like that. So um, uh, there are several stages to get the LPDP scholarship, but the main stage or the main step for getting LPDP scholarship is administration selection first. The second is um, what is interview, and then if you and then for this year, there is edit selection, one edit selection. If I do not wrong, is on the spot essays. Uh, I don't know the specific or details selection for this stage, but from the title of the selection, we can see that, or we can know that maybe the stage is um, about making an essay on the spot, because I think uh, there are so many example of essay on website. So everyone who want to apply LPDP scholarship can copy easily to make the essay from the website, from other website. I mean personal blog. So LPDP thinks that they need to add some or some stage or selection, like one more selection. So they add the on the spot essay.
So the on-the-spot
I think
essay,
that's all I
is
can.
that in English or in Indonesian?
Yeah,
Is the on-the-spot essay
uh,
in English or in
that's the
Indonesian?
thing. I don't know because
Okay,
I
yeah,
think,
that's fine.
yeah, I think the main thing that we can get from the on the spot essay, that it's not about in English style or in Indonesian style, because LPDP just want to know the content of the essay. They want to know our vision and mission to continue our education. I think that's what LPDP view for us on us.
I see. So how is the rough timeline for the LPDP scholarship application?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Martin.
The timeline, when do you have to get started in preparing for the scholarship applications, and when are the deadlines, in rough
Other
sense?
than for the deadline, LPDP LPDP opens for stage in a year, but it will be a changing date or changing deadline for every year. So we need to check updating deadline on LPDP website.
Hmm.
So for example, if if you pre if you have prepared your application for LPDP scholarship right now, you can submit it online, submit all the application online on the website of LPDP. And but if you cannot if you cannot be included to the recent period, you can be included to the next period. So don't worry if you so don't worry about the deadline. Just if you have prepared all the documents, you submit it.
I see. So, uh, I'm really new to the LPDP scholarship. So am I right to say you mentioned that we can apply a couple of times in a year? So is it every 3 months that they open up the scholarship?
Yeah, if we divide 12 months into 4 periods, it
Mm-hmm.
could be 3 months. Yeah, for
Okay.
average 3 months.
Okay. Sounds good. So what is it? Um, what is it that you think is the key that makes you a successful candidate for the LPDP scholarship?
Okay, Martin. I think it will be something still a mystery, a
Okay.
mystery thing. But I get several points because I based on my sharing with my friends, with who are also LPDP awardee.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I can get that is we can give or tell the interviewer about our vision and mission to continue our education. So and also our contribution after our graduation. So our contribution to Indonesia, of course. So I think that are two things that we need to hold when we want to apply for FDDP scholarship. That those two items need to be included in our essays. So when we want to start application or start making an essay, we have to write about that 2 point things, and then in the interview section we can tell or elaborate more to the interviewer about our mission or and our contribution to Indonesia.
I see. So you mentioned two things. One is I think the second one is the contribution to Indonesia once you are done with your graduate school. What was the first one again?
I'm sorry, Martin.
What was the first component that you have to include? You mentioned
Vision, vision,
your vision. Okay,
vision and mission.
I see. Do you mind sharing what you wrote on it to the audience? Is it,
About vision and mission about that 2 points.
yeah, vision and mission and your contribution? But if it is too personal, that's fine.
Okay, it's okay sharing about my vision and vision.
Yeah, because I think it's going to be helpful to the mentees right now to know what is it that successful candidates actually write in their application.
Yeah, okay. So I think my vision and mission on my essay say that um, I want to continue my education to master degree because I want to elaborate more in geotechnical engineering. Uh, I want to I want to be an expert in this field. That's 2 years back. I work in a consultant, but I was as a structural engineer, but not as a geotechnical engineer. So when I want to move to the other field, uh, I think it's not about moving, but uh, my focus study when I was in undergraduate student or in undergraduate program is also geotechnical engineering. But when I work, uh, I was placed as a structural engineer. So this is time for me to move to other field, but I want to elaborate first this field, or I want to study first. Then after that, I want to practice it. So I decide to uh, take master degree first before practicing this geotechnical engineering field. So that is my vision and mission for the reason why I want to uh, pursue master degree.
I see. And in terms of the contribution back to Indonesia,
Mhm.
afterwards, what did you write on it?
My being an expert in geotechnical engineering, that is the first point. The second point is being a lecturer in my home university, because uh, I think because being a lecturer, uh, I can be also teach the students not only about the geotechnical engineering, but also about uh, the meaning of learning, the meaning of the learning process. What is the real or true definition of studying? Because I have a vision that being a teacher is not only about teaching the material about the field, but also teaching about education or how to behave well or how to think openly. So that is what Indonesian wants or needs for their young leaders ahead. And being an expert in geotechnical engineering is also my first point, because um, I want to practice my knowledge in geotechnical engineering based on my study when in master degree.
Okay. Thanks for sharing with us um, these things, Ayu. I wonder whether Nanda or Fenrico, do you guys have any questions for Ayu?
Okay. Hi, Ayu.
Hello, Nanda.
Hello. I have a question for you. I am Fenrico.
Yeah.
Yeah. This about so we know that LPDP will fund our tuition fee to the university, but how about the
Uh,
living cost? It's if LPDP also fund the living cost, how no matter how much is or it has a standard for the living cost that it will fund for us.
for LPDP scholarship, there are several standards for every country. So don't worry, because the living cost has been adjusted based on the experience that LPDP gets from the students in every country.
Oh, okay.
But
So
um, as long as I know, the amounts of living costs from LPDP scholarship is larger than other scholarships such as Max or what is it? ADB. Yeah, LPDP scholarship still the bigger one.
okay. So for the living cost, it's
Mm-hmm.
just depends on the LPDP decision based on its standard. So we cannot give a request or offer based on the like we get information from the website of the faculty of graduate school about how much the living cost actually in there. So uh, it's just the living cost that it's fund just depends on LPDP standard, so we cannot show or request based on the reference that we get from the university, our house university.
Yeah, no. For the tuition
Okay.
fee, LPDP will pay at cost, but for the living allowance,
Yep.
we cannot ask LPDP to give us money as we need.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Before we go to Nanda, Nanda, I'll go to you after this. But for everybody who are viewing currently the live session, you can ask questions online, and you can click on the grid like button and then click on the Q&A button. Please do so that I can see your questions, and then I can ask it to Ayu. Um, we have a couple of questions from Sanka already, but I think most of them have been answered about LPDP. So with that, let me go to Nanda. Nanda, do you have any questions you want to ask Ayu?
Okay, thank you, Martin. Hi, Ayu. I
Hello.
want to ask, yeah, I want to ask about if we failed in the selection of LTDP,
Yeah.
can we take the next round, or we have to wait until several months or 1 years, for example, 1 year, for example?
Okay. Uh, that is the most recent question, and no, the most question that always asked by everyone. So LPDP has a new rule that everyone has twice chance to apply for LPDP scholarship. So if you fail for the first chance, you can directly apply for the LPDP scholarship for the next period for the second chance.
Mhm.
So there is no the third chance.
Oh, uh, it second chance forever, not for 1 year, for example.
Yeah.
I
No, for
see.
forever.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
okay. It's quite scary.
Oh yeah, but you don't have to worry. If
Mm,
you uh if you can convince yourself that you are able to convince the interviewer that you have the vision and mission, you have a good vision and mission, I think you can pass the all the selection.
I see. Okay.
Uh, just believe yourself. Yeah.
I have a second question.
Yeah.
Uh, I ever heard that LPDP limit the awardee for some program, for example, the
Uh,
MBA, because it's very expensive.
uh,
Do you ever hear about it, or is it correct?
Oh, this is the first time I hear about this issue, but my friends
Mm-hmm.
as an awardee of LPDP two in MBA, she's just fine now. I mean that it's okay getting MBA for LPDP scholarship.
Mm, I see. And can we change our program, for example? Is LPDP required to state what program we want to apply? For example,
Uh,
if I
uh,
state, uh-huh, yeah,
changing field of study.
yep,
Do you mean that your undergraduate your field in undergraduate program is different from the field for your master degree, like that?
oh no, no, for example, there is a study plan, if I'm not mistaken, for LPDP.
Mhm.
Uh, well, if I want to apply to the different program,
Huh?
uh, can I do that? For example, if I apply LPDP to MBA program, but
Huh?
when I granted the scholarship,
Huh?
I I accepted in another program.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it can be something tolerable for LPDP.
I see.
But you have to make a letter and send it to the director of the LPDP. It is the
Hmm.
same way as I did when I was accepted in no when the first time I applied for LPDP,
Mhm.
I stated that I want to apply for KAIS or Korea Advanced Institute of Technology, but uh,
Mhm.
after accepting LPDP scholarship, um, I cannot be accepted in KAIS, then I
Huh?
can be accepted in Todai. So I need
Ah,
to. There is a difference in the university. It's also the same case, I think. So
I see. Huh?
I so everyone who are everyone who change their field of study or university, they need to write a letter to the director of LPDP. But as long as
Mhm.
the reason is reasonable or make
Mhm.
you more uh, or make you more uh, yeah something good lah. And for the upgrade university, it it can be something acceptable for director of
I see.
it does it's not something that needs to be
Ah, okay. What about the scholarship itself? Is the amount is adjusted
amount is amount for
for
what
the
tuition
uh,
fee or living cost,
both?
but for tuition fee is at cost, so
Mhm.
uh, it means that uh, whatever the amount of tuition fee in your university, LPDP will pay for it.
Mhm.
And for living costs, it is adjust it based on the, I think based on the students that ever studied in each country.
Oh, I see. So they
So
have the list for the living costs.
yeah,
Uh,
we cannot make a list and then give to LPDP and they will accept it. No, it's not like that.
I see. All right. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, so let's see. We have a question from Agung. Um, what do you regarding the scholarship that you get? What do you plan to do after you graduate from the university? Um, you want to answer that, Ayu? I think you mentioned a little bit about it already.
Oh, that's a question for me.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin. uh, s- uh, Something that I will do after my graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because of LPDP wants all the awardee have to back to Indonesia after their graduation. So I have to back to Indonesia and start a new career as a geotechnical engineer. Uh, but I have a dream to start a new career as a geotechnical engineer first in Australia, at least for 1 year, because there are many geotechnical engineer, a great geotechnical engineer there. So I want to study there too. So I want to get a chance to study or no to study in work field first before coming back to Indonesia. Uh, LPDP wants all the awardee back to Indonesia, but they have uh, I think they are good in communication. So as long as we can communicate to LPDP well about our vision or our desire uh, to develop our career after our graduation, I think LPDP can tolerate that.
So
So
you are saying the 1 year in Australia, is it school or is it work
work
experience?
work
Work
experience.
experience. Okay.
Uh,
So do you know whether they allow you to go for a certain number of years, or is it uh, it depends on how you communicate that to the LPDP?
Yes, because it is something. It is a big issue recently in PDP's awardee,
Mm-hmm.
whether you want to continue your study to PhD or you want to coming back to Indonesia right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you want to back to Indonesia right after, um, uh, sometimes people or all LPDP awardee seems lack of experience before practicing in Indonesia. But I don't know. It's just my view. But I see like that. So I think LPDP can tolerate about the career after graduation.
So are you able to pursue your PhD in another country or overseas after you finish your master program with LPDP?
Yeah, PDP gives maximum 6 months after my graduation in master degree
Mhm.
to apply for PhD.
And are you automatically funded by LPDP for your PhD if you
Yeah,
apply to other school?
yeah, yes, Martin.
Oh, that's really good.
Mm.
So, in terms of the schools itself, is there any criteria, as in it has to be a certain top 100 universities, for example?
Yeah, still 200 universities in LPDP list.
Okay. But is this 200 university different for different programs or majors?
As long as I know, it is still the same.
Mm. Okay, I see. I asked this question because there are a couple of schools that are stronger in some subjects but weaker in others. They might not be very prestigious, but they do have good programs. So I just wonder whether the students who are applying to these programs, although the university is not that well known, whether or not they can still get the LPDP scholarship. All right. Um, Federico,
Sorry, Martin.
no, that's just a comment that I had. So I was saying that there were a couple of universities, although they are not that well known, they may be good in a specific major or specific program. So I was just wondering whether this the students can still apply to these types of universities.
Oh, uh, commonly, the students like that want to apply for the university out of the 200 universities in list will face a problem, even though in the university uh, their field is great.
Mhm. Okay. So does LPDP list out what are the 200 universities?
No.
Oh no. So we have to ask them whether or not the schools we are applying to are in the list.
Actually, there is that 200 universities list is listed on the website. There is a PDF.
Okay, sounds good. Um, okay, we have a question from Dimas. Um, how does LPDP bond its awardees? Is it through legal document or something?
Mm, no bonding agreement between an awardee and LPDP.
So there's a bonding agreement, so a contract that you have to sign between LPDP and you.
No, there is no such bonding agreement.
Oh, there's no such thing. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay, we have a question from Lenny. What is the chance to get the scholarship when you have already gotten an LOA or letter of acceptance beforehand? Or does it matter?
It doesn't matter whether you have LOA or not when you want to apply a PDP scholarship because uh, I have a story from my friend that her friends got uh, got an LOA from Oxford University but not accepted in LPDP scholarship.
Okay, I see. Fenrico or Nanda, do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I have two questions
Okay,
to
go
ask.
ahead.
Okay. First, I just want to confirm some issue that I get uh, from my friend about LPDP scholarship. It's about the if we want to change our school or university after we accepted in LPDP, so we cannot change the school downgrade. So if yeah, it's like when I applied in LPDP for something like Harvard University, but I don't accept it, and then I changed it to other university, but it in LPDP ranking it's below the Harvard, so I can do like this that things. Is it right?
Yeah. My friends told me that if you want to apply for IPDP scholarship and you have several university that you want to apply, you need to apply. You need to apply for the lowest rank for all of the university that you want to apply, because you have a chance to upgrade, to change your university uh, to the to the higher level of university.
Okay.
So when you get the LPDP scholarship, is it you have to state your university that you want to get into first?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And if you don't get into it and you cannot get into a better schools, then you cannot get the scholarship.
Mm, I never heard about that story, Martin.
Okay. Yeah,
As long
that's
as I know, Nuradi will try their best to get the better university.
okay. Sounds good. Okay, Federico, you
Uh,
have another
yeah,
question?
yeah. This also, I want to confirm what this information that if we don't have the LOA for the university that we want to apply, so can we just upload the online file like our communication to the professor, yeah, something like that to when we do the online application as the chance of LOA. So just want to prove that we are serious to apply, want to apply for our study. Is it right? So we can change the LOA. So just upload the like file of our communication to the professor, or our like proof of
Uh,
our online application to the university.
uh, Actually, I don't get the question. Can you repeat it or make an example?
Like I'm in progress to apply to I'm in progress to apply in a particular university, and but I just do the communication with the professor with that particular university. Then I don't and still haven't get the LOA because it's still in process. So in the LOA section for the online application for the administration application in LBDP, can we just upload the like email file of our communication to the professor as the chance of LOAs to prove that
Oh,
we
yeah.
already do the communication to them. Uh,
Oh, okay.
whereas we
I
don't get the
think.
whereas we don't get the LOA. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As I said before, that LOA is not a big factor. You will have a chance to get a scholarship, to get the FPDP scholarship. So it doesn't matter if you do not upload the communication proof in on the website.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a question from Agung. But yeah, we have a question from Agung. Uh, he said that he would like to apply directly to PhD, not master. Is it possible for him to get LPDP scholarship? He saw that the requirements are the master only 2 years and PhD in 3 years. If it is possible, which degree does he need to apply?
But she has a graduation. No, but she has a degree from undergraduate program, or what?
I
Or just jump from undergraduate to PhD?
I believe he just jumped, yeah, directly from undergraduate
Oh,
to PhD.
no, I think because the requirement to apply for PhD, or yeah, for a PhD in LPDP program is
Hmm.
certificate of master degree.
I see.
Hmm.
Okay. The reason I'm not sure whether that's the reason why Agung asked, but I think in the US, certain programs, for example, the civil engineering program, did allow the student to go directly to PhD without needing to get the master degree. So a couple of universities that I applied to, for example, they did that. So I applied, they go to they accept me directly to PhD program, but they don't actually give a master program. Um, do you know whether LPDP give any exceptions to such cases?
I don't know because this is the first time I hear about the case, but I think it is better to call LPDP directly.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for this. Um, all right, Nanda, do you have other questions?
Not yet, I think.
Okay, sounds good. Uh, so I just have a general question then. Would you be able to give us or describe to us how the setting was like during the interview you had with LPDP? Is it scary, and how many people were there in the panel, and what kind of questions do they ask you? And is it done in English or Indonesian?
About English or Indonesian, it is based on the interviewer. But mostly interview is in Bahasa Indonesia. About the process of interview, um, there were three interviewers. Two of them is professors and one is a psychologist. So, but be careful for the psychologist because she or he was too smart to know our characteristics. So when we are in interviewing process, we need to be calm so we can be focused and then we can tell our vision and mission well to them. So we can convince them. In interviewing section, we will be asked about the content of our essay. They will elaborate more about our essay. They will ask us more about what is in essay. For example, we said about our vision and mission there, and they will ask it and elaborate it more. For example, point one, our vision and mission is one, and then they will ask the reason, and they will ask other change that will break our vision and missions. So there will be uh, there will be many questions that sometimes will make you trapped in that question. So be careful. Just answer all the question based on your view. Just but not just just not not to uh not to not trying to be other people.
Manipulate.
Just be yourself to answer all the questions. Yes, yes. No, don't manipulate. If you feel it as a wrong thing, just say it's wrong.
Okay, sounds good. Um, so we have a little bit of time. Could you just briefly talk about your application to Todai? How was it, and maybe the rough timeline of how it goes?
I applied for Todai in November. The result in January the next year. But the first time I cannot be accepted to the first selection because I think the biggest problem is today cannot see um, my funding supporter for my study in Japan. So when when I was accepted in scholarship and give the proof to Todai, they released it. and they can accept me.
Okay, sounds good. So I guess that's almost everything that we have. Uh, does anybody else have questions for IU? I think we have exhausted all the questions in the from the viewers. All of them are asked already. Okay. If there's nothing else, so thank you very much, Ayu, for your time. I believe it has been
Yeah.
very enlightening for all the mentees here. Do you have any
Yeah.
last words to the mentees from this batch 2015? Anything you want to say to them to encourage them to for their applications?
Mm, just keep trying, but don't forget to praying.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for the time again, and to all the viewers, thanks for listening in to the Hangout session. We are going to have some other sessions again. I understand that this one there have been delays, and we don't have Ari with us this time, but we are going to try to schedule one with her soon, and we will try to get other mentors to have a hangout session as well, so you can learn from them too. So thanks again, everyone, and have a good night, good evening. Bye, everyone.
Okay,
Bye. Thank
bye.
you.
Bye. Thank you.